Yo, Panther, what's good, my boy? It's lit. How the heck you doing? I know it's been a while. I've been on vacation. You know I'm biggity smindiggity back. You already know, you heard. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. All right, let's fade that guy. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. So before we get into the content for the day, actually, no, this is getting into the content for the day. First and foremost, I want to start off just some news. We're gonna go right to the Do Killers Think the Same Thing, but first, just some news, just to catch everybody up, a little timestamp, if you will. It is August 15, 2023, and some very important national news as of this week. Just gonna react.
Breaking news on former President Trump. He's been indicted for the 4th time in 5 months.
A Georgia grand jury handing up 41 charges against Trump and nearly 24 of his allies, accusing them of trying to overturn the 2020 election loss. CBS 2's Jared Hill has this report from New York.
New legal trouble for former President Donald Trump.
A Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment.
Georgia District Attorney Fonnie Willis late Monday with the 41-count indictment against the GOP frontrunner and 18 of his allies.
The defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise to overturn Georgia's presidential election result.
Crazy. The indictment, unsealed before cameras, also names former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Trump's one-time personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. The former New York City mayor, one of those accused of racketeering and conspiracy for allegedly putting in calls to pressure local officials and making false statements about election fraud.
That's America's mayor, y'all.
Overnight, Giuliani called the indictment part of a book of lies. Georgia's former Republican Lieutenant Governor, Jeff Duncan, testified before the grand jury yesterday.
My hope is that Americans believe us. My hope is that Republicans believe us.
The investigation was first sparked
Republicans
by
and
Trump's
Americans.
January 2021 phone call with Georgia's Secretary of State.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Trump has maintained he didn't do anything wrong, and his campaign called the indictment election interference. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Trump was the best, you say, Panther? Besides Obama? I can tell you're young. I can definitely tell you're young. Yeah. People don't have negative opinions about the president, usually until like well after their 16th birthday, where they're old enough to be affected directly by the chief's policies. Also, don't act like I don't see you. Cora! Whose birthday it is today, by the way. I just want to give Cora a quick diddly-diddly-do shout out. There we go. Let me get you one there. Also, let me see. Let me get you a nice little GIF, whatever you want to call it. Hell of a happy birthday to Cora. This channel would not be the same without them. I just want y'all to know, from the bottom of my heart, Cora, you do the damn thing different. Always here, always happy. Well, not necessarily always, but like, not necessarily always here. But when you're here, you always improve things. You make everything wonderful. We appreciate you. And so we clap to you.
Oh, how can I?
That's embarrassing. And also the wrong sound effect. So if you would please just give me just a moment to find the right button This will only take a second. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go. I need to go get my tea. I have some tea brewing. There we go. Clap it up for Cora. We wouldn't be here without Cora. Anyway, I am about to go get my tea, though. This is an excellent time for me to step away. It's already in the thing. I just need to, yeah. Also, Trump scares the shit out of me. Yeah, Panther, we're not going to act like you didn't say that. We going to come back to that. I really need to know the world seemed peaceful during both of their times. That is eye-opening. That is eye-opening. I won't say that the world wasn't more peaceful. I'm not going to dispute your perceived reality. But it is indicative of your age that you think the world was peaceful during Obama and Trump's era. We were in the middle of two 20-year wars going on then. You know, it was with Iraq and Iran. Obama, the king of drone strikes, you know, he only killed, you know, several hundred, maybe thousands of children. And then Trump, you know what I'm saying, the alt-right uprising and all that. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I am definitely not here to say that you're wrong. But I am here to say that it is interesting that someone is able to have the perspective that there was peace for those 12 years. And I feel like the only way somebody could really have that peace is just like, it's kind of like you only have that position if you're unaware. And it makes perfect sense that you'd be unaware considering how old you are. So I say all that to say, absolutely. Stepfather was in all of those. Crazy. I'm going to go get some tea real quick. I won't leave y'all with nothing. I'm going to leave y'all with some music. Actually, I'm going to press play and I'm going to go get my tea.
Did immediately regret it in a sense where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry, I think I killed your husband. But then there was also the sense of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore. I don't have to live in this fear that he's going to actually come after me because it already happened.
I would kill them again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, shit. All right, we in the first prompt. And the first prompt is, I would kill them again? What? Yeah, it is probably why. Are you talking about my age comment? If you're wondering what I'm, if the answer is yes, and you're worrying about what do I mean, like, how does your age play into it? It makes sense that someone would think there was an era of peace, an environment where they were not old enough to be aware of how messed up stuff was. Like, for example, I was born during the first Clinton administration, and I have very few memories of any turbulent world events that happened before 9/11. And even after 9/11, you know, I was still a child then, you know, I don't have many, I too had a very favorable opinion of the Obama administration because it happened during my childhood. I can't really observe it objectively because all the stuff that was going on during that time when I was a child, since I was a child, I really wasn't able to be aware of. By the time Trump got elected, and of course by the time Biden got elected, you know, when those events happened, I was old enough to be aware of how their election, their domestic and international policies, how they affect me, how they affect the world, you know, the potential damages, the cost-benefit analysis of having to vote for one of these two people. And to be honest, when Trump got elected the first night, it was a pretty dark day that night and the day after, you know, because a lot of people knew exactly what that would mean as far as like attacks on our democracy and, you know, alt-right, ultra-conservative white nationalists, that type of thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that, like, I was never aware of during the Obama administration because I just wasn't old enough I wasn't familiar with those concepts. I wasn't politically literate. I didn't watch the news enough. And it's just, it makes sense considering, because I know how old you are, it makes perfect sense that for somebody to live through a time in American history as turbulent as the Obama administration, you know, after the Great Recession of 2008, and then live through the Trump presidency. I mean, you were alive at the tail end of his presidency on January 6th. You know what I'm saying? To know that everything went from the Great Recession to January 6th, that period of American history, for somebody to describe that as even remotely peaceful, they have to be unaware. And it makes sense that you're unaware because of your age. Oh God, he gave his whole age out. Trump would put me in jail for existing. He scares the shit out of me. Absolutely, he does. We'll always think there is peace. There is always a place of safety and peace. I mean, yeah, somewhere there is always peace. Somewhere. But to consider that a peaceful moment in American history is, I mean, again, you're not going to hear me say you're wrong. I just will say, you know, to inform you, that is an unusual perspective. Most people do not think that way about 2008 to 2016, or rather, technically, more accurately, 2009 to 2021. Yeah.
Thomas Ogden was a beautiful person, and he was my friend. And
oh shit,
what happened was an accident, and I would give anything to have him back. My name's Forrest.
Jesus Christ.
I accidentally shot and killed my best friend when I was 23 years old.
Oh my.
I felt like a shattered person most of my life, and there are still shards missing.
You should, Cora. You should. It's getting more and more dangerous for you, someone like you, to be alive in this country, hilariously for more than one reason. A lot of different reasons.
But I just spent...
I am so sorry, Panther. I am terribly sorry to hear that.
The last 5 years writing a very painful memoir. It gave me an opportunity to visit a lot of past trauma. I feel in a strong space to be a support for other survivors and create positivity in the world.
All my killing has been in the time of war, so I agree with what I've done. Would I do it again? I would, because if I didn't kill that individual, they would have killed me or somebody else. I was a sniper, so I'm looking after a platoon of 20, 30 guys, sometimes as small as 6 guys. But I don't strongly agree with it because of the after effects, like what it did to me mentally. You know, I was the first person I killed, I was 18, and I didn't stop until I was almost 25. So I don't regret any of it. I don't have any bad feelings towards those individuals that I did kill. They were just protecting their homeland just as much as I would too. So I would do it again to save my life or somebody else's life.
I work in healthcare. What I do is I manage life support.
Cora, I could probably come up with 6 or 7 other reasons too. Yeah, Panther. I will say you living in Florida, you may not realize anything wrong with it until maybe several years down the line. But regardless, best of luck. I hope you have a good experience no matter where you live. Cora, absolutely. So many goddamn things. So many things wrong. And those are a lot of the things you just listed are just things where your particular identity is being policed legislatively. We don't even have to get started about it's just dangerous, being alive with someone of your particular body type. You know what I'm saying? Assign your particular sex. But then also healthcare. You come down here and you'll lose most of it. Guns. We got 2 or 3. We got 2 or 3 guns down here. If believe it or not. What's up, Enough 30? Enough? Is it Enough 30? That's interesting. That's an interesting name. How are you? How'd you come through? How'd you find us? Yada, yada, yada. We're watching this video. Do all killers think the same? I assumed this meant serial killers because I am an insane person. Factually true. But this is just people who have taken a life. And this person's the prompt is, would you kill again? And this person's like, nah, I wouldn't. It was in the military, time of war. Definitely wouldn't do it again.
So I'm the guy that pulls the plug on just about everybody. So I come from a very different perspective. I have to do that for babies all the way to people at the end of their lives. I've been doing this for over a dozen years now. So I'm okay, I've come to terms with what the job is. So, yeah.
The crime.
Your stepfather is currently killing people? Still killing people? Boy, you make it sound like your father, you make it sound like this dude is on a rampage somewhere in the country and he needs to be locked the fuck up. That is hilarious. Next thing you know, we're watching true crime content. As a matter of fact, let's do it.
And how it happened, it was not, I didn't go out to kill this person. And now understand.
Oh no, Panther, we know. You said, you mentioned earlier how he was in those wars. Be careful. I don't want you sharing too much. I don't mind you sharing with me. I'm always open. But I don't want you saying your whole life story, then somebody mess around and dox you and steal your identity before you even got a chance to build some credit. Careful. But I got you, though.
The crime had not only on me, but the family of that person.
Oh, yes, please.
That was a human being that I killed.
Oh, my God. That sounded like Nestle. Was that Nestle? Was it Liz? It's probably Liz. I hear a scratching sound. That's probably Liz. Liz! That is Liz. Liz, we're watching. We're watching this video. First off, thank you. I'm great. I hope you're having a good day. How are you? We're watching this video about killers, and we want to know how you're doing.
You know, tired.
Tired. How's life been treating you in the last? I want to say it's been. Let me count real quick. It may have been 17 days since I last streamed. Actually, being off on vacation last week. Any important life dates, bro? Today, bro, is tired on my day. I'm trying to tell you, bye. Cora, send me some stuff. I got you. It's Cora's birthday, by the way.
Nothing too important. Hopefully something important does happen this week. So, you know, hope, pray for me, for all your gods.
Oh, looking forward to something in particular is what you're saying.
Yep.
Well, best of luck to you, Liz. We hope you get everything you deserve and more. Ooh, wow. Okay, that can actually be taken in a terrible way. We hope you get everything you're hoping for and more.
I'm a good person, so I'm not actually, that's a good thing to say. When you're a bad person is when you don't want to hear that.
You're a good person, you say? All right. Okay. Oh my goodness, Cora, I'm just seeing what you messaged me like half an hour ago. Ooh, I think I know this one. Hold on. Let me close that. Yeah, first off, those are lovely. Second off, gonna open this up on this next tab and we're gonna drag it over here. Pause. All right, actually, mute, play, pause.
Over some drugs, right? And his children, his family is living still in the absence of this person. It was December the 24th.
We're gonna watch this after this next prompt, Core.
Christmas Eve night.
Wait, how long is
Me and a couple of my friends were hanging out. This particular
15.
car came up.
Maybe we'll do 2.
And the passenger in the car said, hey, I want to buy some drugs from you. So I told one of my friends, I'm like, he's known to be this person that will come through the community and ask for $100 worth of drugs, but he never has the money. And the guy did exactly what I said. He knocked the drugs out of my friend's hand, grabbed his arm, and started speeding off. And my reaction at that time was I pulled out the gun and I started shooting into the car.
Oh my!
To release my friend. And days later, we heard that the bullet that I shot into the car actually killed him. To that day, I will never forget December the 24th when that happened, the day before Christmas.
That's fucking insane. Bro killed somebody. Dead ass killed somebody. Yeah, man, if we ever get to it again, because we got some indictment content to watch later, Panther, I'll tell you the difference between the threats to democracy but from Trump and DeSantis, they are not equal threats in all the same ways. They're both terrible people, don't get me wrong, but terrible in very, very unique avenues. We're gonna keep going.
I would 100% do what I had to do over again.
Oh my goodness.
Because the guy was a serial perpetrator. He was after so many women. If he killed me, he would have went after my mom, all my family, my nieces, my nephews, every one of us, until he literally got what he wanted. I'm Tara Newell.
Oh my.
I killed my attacker, Dirty John Meehan, in self-defense.
Dirty John Meehan. All right. I like that he has a nickname. It is unfortunate that this woman had to fight for her life, but I'm glad she succeeded.
Really interesting how there was one person here who had experienced prison reform, because to me, my attacker would have been in there if I hadn't killed him in self-defense. And it's really interesting to hear about how there are people in there who are able to rehabilitate.
I immediately regretted it.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Liz, do you in any way regret the lives you've taken?
Every bug dies for a reason.
Good enough. You know what? That's a fair way to live. Back to this guy.
Why do I strongly disagree?
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a young kid. I was 18.
Interesting.
First guy I killed was with a 50 cal like machine gun.
Jesus.
I was expecting it to be like the movies where you have this like
that
feeling
is
of when you kill
that is not a small weapon. I don't know. I mean, y'all probably know.
Someone, and it wasn't there. I didn't really feel anything. It wasn't until like that night I had this weird dream. The guy who I shot became the ceiling fan in my room. His arms and legs were the blades. His head was the center of the fan. And I watched him spin faster and faster until he tore apart and covered me. And
all right, hold the fucking phone. What did he just say?
Like that night, I had this weird dream. The guy who I shot became the ceiling fan in my room. His arms and legs were the blades. His head was the center of the fan. And I watched him spin faster and faster until he tore apart. And
okay, it was a dream. Okay, I thought this man just admitted to some Abu Ghraib level torture or something, but he's saying this was a dream. Okay, thank God. Oh my goodness gracious.
Covered me in what he used to be, what was left of
detritus.
But
I'm
no,
not
I
sure how
didn't
to
feel
pronounce
anything.
that
There
word.
was nothing like to feel. I knew that was the beginning of something that I was probably going to have to do for a while. No attachment at the time.
I can agree with you on that. I mean, identify with that because my first couple of years inside of prison, I detached from it completely. When people would mention his name, I would don't see him as a human being. And that was very insensitive when I look back at it now, right? But I look and say that was a way of me coping with the situation at that time.
I did immediately regret it in a sense where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry, I think I killed your husband.
Oh my God.
So there was that, but then there was also the sense of oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore. I don't have to live in this fear that he's gonna actually come after me because it already happened.
Sometimes family members don't agree with the decision, and that decision is sometimes taken away from them. Being called every name in the book as I'm walking in there, but if they just don't agree, and then I'm like, I just have to go do this now, you know? But it doesn't feel good, or I'm not necessarily agreeing with it, so I'm like, I disagree, yeah.
The level of heartbreak
That's
that I
interesting.
felt immediately after that gunshot was indescribable, and I don't know if any of you have saw Red before, but I actually saw Red. And it was the most horrific thing I've ever seen, experienced, witnessed, felt in my life. I got charged with first-degree murder that night, and I was looking at doing 35 to life here in California. I couldn't even process that. There was just so much a combination of horror and grief immediately.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know what I was expecting, if I'm being honest, but this is dark. Let's watch what Karen, excuse me. The title of the video is A Karen realizes she's going to jail for murder. Let's see what Cora sent us. Maybe, just maybe, it is a little bit more upbeat. If not, then that's just the way it is. Oops, left it on mute.
Karens usually think they're immune to consequences, but what happens when these same entitled Karens get arrested? These are 3 of the most shocking and satisfying examples of when evil
We don't know her name? That makes it even scarier. Oh my goodness.
Karens
share this tab instead. There you go, Liz.
realize they've been arrested. Starting with Sarah Boone, who was accused of killing her husband Jorge by locking him in a suitcase and leaving him to die. Sarah was quickly brought
What
in
the
for
hell?
interrogation to determine if she was really
What kind
as
of suitcase was this?
How
How big was this man?
It looked pretty standard, you know? And the question, how big was this man? A valid question.
Because I can't even fit in the suitcase, low key.
Like, dead ass. And you are not a terribly large person, respectfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corden said that's some crazy shit. Let's
as they think.
So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. You could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a
swollen.
hand on him.
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from. In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back. Everything else, I have no idea what it is.
Yesterday, when we...
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Cora, you gonna say she fucking stupid, and she probably is. That's a lie I would tell. Maybe I shouldn't give up the whole story right now, you know what I'm saying? I mess around and get arrested, I'm gonna end up fucked up at some point. But, I mean, that's a reasonable lie. You know what I'm saying? You admit to some of it, be like, yeah, I know about them scratches, bro. We were getting into it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Back and forth or whatever. I did that. I own up to that, so what's the problem? And then you fake it. And then you think, oh, you make it seem like you know what they talking about. Like, yeah, they brought us in, you know, a little domestic dispute, little thing. And then they be like, yeah, we found his head in the microwave oven. Then you got to act surprised, be like, oh, what? I mean, we got into a little fight. I didn't chop his head off. What do you mean? Then you got to start crying. Then you got to, you know, boo-hoo on the table. Then you got to fall on the floor, act like the world is in it. That's what I'm saying. I ain't ever killed nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately.
Or knowledge.
I have no knowledge of murder. To your knowledge, I have no knowledge of murder. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never hurt nobody. Also, I forgot we got to get the goddamn, whatchamacallit on. All right, I'll come at that. Back to this, though.
We took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs. Did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
absolutely
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
Girl, I would have been like, yeah, they got under my fingernail last week. Y'all can't have them now, though. I just got them dead.
Like an odd request to ask if they can swab underneath Sarah's fingernails, but it could actually go a long way in determining...
They're trying to see if that's the... First off, he looks high as fuck in this image. Bro, why are his eyes so fucking... Good God almighty. But also, they're trying to see if that DNA under them fingernails.
How Jorge got these injuries. Since the injuries were fresh, it's a strong possibility that forensics could find dried blood or skin cells underneath Sarah's fingernails, which would put her dead to rights. But unfortunately for Sarah, they have some other evidence that took a lot less effort to find.
Ooh.
Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us.
What does that mean?
That's it.
That sounds like a trap.
Fuck you.
And
Fuck you.
That's you,
No.
your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Bro, you're kidding. I ain't seen nobody since Donald John Trump be caught this hard in 4K. Bro screaming Sarah, and she goes, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Dog! You 3 ways exposed right now, Captain. You ain't have to go to law school to know this, and it's on your phone? Shawty, why didn't you turn yourself in if you wanted to get caught? Why didn't you just walk up to the... What you doing all this rigmarole? Wasting all the taxpayer... Girl, just go to the police. God damn.
I don't want to watch it, please.
The video showed Jorge in the suitcase begging...
There go the suitcase, Liz.
...to be let out while Sarah taunted him from the outside. The police couldn't have asked for a better piece of evidence, especially...
Yo, was that the actual video? I know damn well I didn't just see that shit move.
2024. April 8th.
What the hell is this?
There will be a total eclipse crossing all North America.
Whoa, hold on.
This once in a lifetime
We gotta watch this ad. Wait a minute.
Then move into the U.S. and then make its way journey north into parts of Canada.
Wow! Oh my God!
Bro, can y'all imagine this? Like, anyway, we gotta find him out.
Millions of people will gather.
Oh, Cora, remember, next week, if I remember correctly, next week you and I gotta do the what is it, a meteor shower or something we doing next week? So, cool. Yeah, I got y'all the next 2, at the very least. I'm not off again, like off from streaming again until the first full week of September, so the 4th through the 8th. So yeah, we got the rest of this week and 2 whole weeks after that, find a way to do that one. But yeah, this is real interesting.
To watch the event of a lifetime.
Supermoon.
You there. How will you immortalize this event?
What are they trying to sell me?
Here are your options. Cheap paper glasses. Terrible style, but great for watching.
I fuck with it.
Not so great to make memories. Your smartphone. Trust me, your pictures will definitely look
shit
like
come
this.
out stupid.
Not so epic, isn't it?
I remember, what was it, the 2017 one? Man, that was crazy.
A big telescope that you will buy for the occasion? Great. But do not forget to read the full manual to set it up correctly.
I swear to God, I don't
keep
understand.
some space in your garage to gather dust after the event. Not convinced? Don't worry, we have the solution. Say hello to Hestia, the first ever smartphone-based telescope for day and night observation.
I'm fucking
with
it.
In light of the upcoming historic eclipse next year and the astonishing capabilities of our smartphones today, we recognize the need to craft the first smartphone telescope, affordable and really user-friendly.
Am I finna make
With
a
its
purchase?
patent optical design, it's like owning a big telescope, but the size and the weight of a book. Thanks to its magnetic attach, it will fit most of the current and future smartphones out there, making it future-proof.
Oh, that's superb.
Hidden inside,
you can put your
there's
tablet
a
on there too.
Sophisticated optical system made to enhance your smartphone capabilities with a 25-time zoom. Today, your pictures look like this. With Hestia, they will look like this.
Stop fucking playing. Are you serious? Nah, bro. This ad shit ain't never worked on me. Am I finna back? Oh, they already got their money. Oh, they needed $10,000. They got $3 million, and they still running ads. They don't need me for this. Hey, but when it comes out though, I will absolutely. Let me hit this remind me thing. I can't be giving y'all my. This shit looks. This looks like my type of shit. You see this, Liz?
Like they're a money laundering firm.
I mean, hey, bro.
If they only needed 10,000, but they got 3 million, but they still.
All right, you know what? That's a fair point. That's not an entirely unreasonable thing.
To put a camera lens that can let you see that well, please.
Now, to be fair, it's not just the lens; it's a telescope.
That's what I'm saying. They only needed $10,000.
Yeah, I mean, $10,000 to develop the thing looked like.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
How's that low? You know what?
To develop a whole telescope, do you know how much telescopes cost?
Yeah, I think that might have been a point of their ad, is that telescopes are expensive. For $10,000, we can make the one that we've designed, and you can buy one.
Yeah, I don't believe them.
Y'all don't believe them? All right, you know what? I've signed up for the notifications. I'm here.
This is how they get your information. They'll show you your identity, take you to space.
That's okay with me. I'm trying to get there anyway. So I've signed up for it. We will pay attention to this as it comes up later. And if it turns out that there is no telescope in play, I will report back to here live on stream. But if it should come to pass that there is indeed a telescope available, hey man, Liz owes me 16 cents. Easy.
As it came
all right, back to this
from Sarah's own phone.
So this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
it was flipped up.
Right. It was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like
right.
as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
Sarah is obviously trying to maintain her innocence by telling the detectives that the video is distressing to her. But does that really sound like a woman who's being shown a video of her husband dying? While everybody will have a different reaction to trauma, it's difficult to imagine her reaction is a single deadpan sentence that sounds like it was delivered only to show some amount of concern to the cops.
I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me. Like,
no, I'm just trying to show you a video that
she needs a lawyer. I mean, it feels pretty clear that this woman did this, you know, innocent until proven guilty, certainly. But even if she did do this, she needs a lawyer. She should not be sitting here talking to these two officers, showing her incriminating evidence and then allowing her to continue to incriminate herself. She should be sitting with an attorney. I don't know, man. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. She should not be doing this by herself. That don't mean she didn't do it, but she should still be exercising all of her rights.
You no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
Well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
Oh, fuck! Is this what you meant, Cora? Is it what you meant, Cora? That's crazy because this woman is trying to say the police are trying to feed me lines so I get to say something. But then when the police are actually trying to feed her something that would help her case, like saying, oh, you don't want us to show you the rest of this because you're afraid of how this is. And then she kind of takes the bait. Well, she doesn't take the bait is the problem. She should have been like, yes, I'm afraid of how this is going to end. If he dies at the end, I don't want to see him die, assuming she doesn't know that he dies or shouldn't know that he's dead yet. Then, yeah, she should have took that opportunity and been like, yeah, I don't want to see this. Does he die at the end? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Act surprised. Act like you don't know what you know. But look at what actually happened.
Trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how.
Right. That's when you jump on it and be like, yeah, I don't want to, this, that, I don't want him to die. Is he going to die? Is that bad? I don't want to see my husband. You know what I'm saying? So many things you can say.
And what you said.
Well, I know.
Why did she say that? Why the hell did she start off by saying that?
What?
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember
She's cooked.
making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Whoa! Okay. So you don't remember making the video, but you're not saying you don't remember the video? You remember the video, you just don't remember making it? All right. She knows he's dead. She called the cops herself to report. Oh, okay. I am not sober at all. Hey, happy birthday to you. Your birthday, my birthday.
Sarah is desperately trying to explain this video away, but in doing so, essentially admits that it is her recording and that she left him alone in the suitcase afterwards. Given that Jorge died from her neglect, this at least constitutes a manslaughter charge. But she's really not doing the best job of convincing the detectives that this was an accident.
What do you think is going to happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
I don't know. I'm not an expert, nor have I ever done anything to the like. I am unable to answer that question due to a substantial lack of experience or know-how, officer.
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay.
Fuck! Did I turn my rice on? Y'all, hold on one second. Liz, entertain the masses. I gotta go turn on my rice cooker on.
Well, this is where we take over. You would meet me at 1226 Rockford Lane at 7 p.m. on Friday. This is when we take over the world. I'm against. I can't remember that.
Ugh. All right, I'm back. Liz, what did you do?
Absolutely nothing.
I appreciate that.
My plan was not to leave him in the suitcase.
So you put him in the suitcase? Or you knew that he was in the suitcase? At the very least, you were aware.
Waiting for him to come upstairs.
Shawty.
When he did it?
Girl.
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like,
I feel like after 30 minutes, you'll still be alive in a suitcase. Like, I don't know. I do not think that thing is like airtight and sealed to where you only have 30 minutes of air. Nah.
Unless if you put him in one of those, like, the hard suitcases, maybe there.
Maybe.
I understand. But the cloth ones, like, you're still, unless you're still alive or you were dead when they put you in the suitcase.
Exactly. Liz a thinker, y'all.
maybe I should go check on him? Maybe I shouldn't?
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because
That's
it
like
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the drinking.
Sarah spends almost 2 hours in total desperately trying to manipulate the detectives and explain away the damning evidence the detectives have shown her. But ultimately, the detectives remain completely unfazed, and they decide that they've heard enough.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Don't ever answer that without a lawyer. They're going to lock you into a lie. They're going to be like, so you can confirm that when you walked into the grocery store wearing your green shirt, you pulled out your gun and told the cashier to say, empty the drawer? Yes or no? And then you say yes, right? And then they roll the cameras back and it says, just like you said, you walked in, you said, empty the money, and then they open the drawer, just like you said. But it turns out you're wearing a red shirt, not a green shirt. You didn't remember that detail. You didn't think that was important the way they asked it to you. But now they have you on tape, on recording, in the public record, lying to the police. Now they got you on another charge. Now they got you on perjury. Now they got you lying to an officer. Don't ever talk to the police without a cop. Do not talk to the police without a cop. Cora, join this voice chat, and I might go get me a glass of wine. I don't know, man. It's Tuesday. We turning up.
Yes, but it was not.
God damn it! I would be hit with an ad.
Game.
I would be. Give me 3 seconds, y'all.
You're not ready.
I lied. I needed one.
Okay. Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up.
Why is this happening?
We gotta lock you up.
Because George is dead.
Because George is dead.
Not
Damn.
No,
He's still dead.
Don't ever talk to the police without a lawyer. Excuse me.
Well,
Good catch,
someone
Panther.
needs to call.
Is that Cora?
Not sure.
I think it just might be. Have a happy ass birthday. How the heck are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm Jay Chillin'. I'm high as hell. But,
very nice.
I'm content, and I'm always here for that.
Well, we are so glad to have you. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Oh, absolutely.
This poor lady in this damn interview room, as they like to call it diplomatically, is probably not seeing the light of day anytime soon.
Oh, no, she's fine.
Let's see how
I
far
wouldn't
she
even
is.
call her a poor lady.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, this lady who in all intents and purposes, more than likely killed her husband. Poor George is dead. Let's see what happens to her.
Ryan, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not a
No,
trick.
not
How
a
was it a
trick.
trick? Your response to...
So it was a trick. All right.
Basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Doesn't matter. He's still dead.
Sarah was charged with second-degree murder and is...
That ass. You can say we just learned from this killer's video.
That's a confession.
Literally. And it's like, he's dead. Crazy. And you know why he died, and you did it.
You know he's dead, and you are admitting that, yes, you are at fault. Even if it's not intentional, you did kill him.
Facts. It's like, you killed him, right? Yeah, I did it. It wasn't on purpose, but I sure did it. What am I being handcuffed for? I don't understand. Are you serious?
I'm honestly so surprised that there wasn't any sort of premeditation for this case, because that would have made it a first-degree murder.
And for all intents and purposes, it damn near looked like it was.
Yeah, but they didn't find enough in premeditation or intent, so it was second degree.
Yeah, it's giving. I'm not waking up this morning thinking I'm gonna kill my husband. But if he dies after a few drinks and I lock him in this suitcase, whatever, I'll take it.
Then what happens.
Core gets it.
Facing life in prison. As of this video's upload, the trial is still ongoing. But that's nothing compared to what the cops had to do with Sean Malarkey, a 45-year-old woman who was arrested for domestic violence after she allegedly hit her.
With the last name Malarkey. I don't know why, but it gives very much mob.
Malarkey?
Yep.
If I remember correctly, this lady tries to bite the cop.
I can see that. For some reason, she looks like someone who would. Do not ask me to explain that, or I will say something that will get me canceled on this internet. But I will say this. I've only ever known one other person, last name Malarkey, and they were a soldier in World War II, and they were featured in that fabulous HBO miniseries, Band of Brothers. I think it was Sergeant Malarkey. I'll look it up for y'all. Great show.
Ex-husband with a car. However, when the cop approaches to take her into custody, things go south immediately.
Wait, hold on. Let me
domestic violence after she allegedly hit her ex-husband with a car. However, when the cop approaches to take her into custody, things go south immediately.
Ma'am, step out.
Excuse me.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step
Get
out.
your hands off of me.
Step out of the car right now. You're under arrest.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
Malarkey's behavior is erratic and her tone's aggressive from the off. Her children are in the backseat of the car, but this doesn't seem to affect how she handles the encounter. Things only get worse.
I will tase you if you don't get out of the car.
You better take your hands off of me right now.
I told you you're under arrest. Get out of the car.
Bro, you see the foot on the door? Hey, man. Treat everybody with civility, especially suspects. You can't prove they did shit right then and there. Don't treat them like they're guilty. I always say that. I will always say that. I will say, though, she not getting out that damn car. You see her foot on that door.
Oh, absolutely.
You not finna hear
And
me
she's been hostile with the cops like from the get-go. And she's known to be hostile as well. She's got a history.
Quite so. I mean, they coming for her looking because she done already assaulted somebody down there.
Or she hit someone with a fucking car.
That is pretty crazy. I mean, she doing too much, as my people would say in the old country.
She's being too silly and too goofy.
Absolutely. So
And it's not good for her health.
I have no idea what's about to happen to her. Not trying to justify it or anything. All I'm saying is it probably won't surprise me, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Because you have a warrant.
I just sent a message and I am...
Sent a message?
Get out of the car right now.
What that mean?
No. Did somebody say that you could come into our house?
Asking the cops who
Girl, that's the police. All right.
Gave them permission to enter the property is a...
And what's crazy is she actually, on a civil rights level, she actually kind of has a point. There does have to be probable cause, or they have to be invited in like fucking vampires they are. They do have to have a reason to be there. But if she hit somebody with her damn car, I don't know, man. That sounds like a reason.
She has an active warrant out for her arrest. I think
exactly.
that's probable reason.
Again, not an attorney. They did not allow me into law school. I simply cannot pay the bills. But that sound, I'm just hey.
It's a common tactic in situations like this one, but for the suspects, the reality is that the police
You're not wrong.
are well within their rights to enter property uninvited so long as they have a warrant. With a second officer's assistance, Malarkey is removed from her car and cuffed. However, this is where things get even worse.
Oh, no. You did this. No, I didn't. Andy asked you to
Mind you, this is in front of her kids.
Andy asked you to get out of the car. No.
Yep, kids right in the back seat. Crazy.
Yep.
Andy yanked me.
I yanked you because I told you you're under arrest and you refused to exit your vehicle.
Are you going to stand up and be cooperative? Are you going to understand that my attorney has filed a motion to quash this?
We're going out here this way.
To quash this.
You hit us, you do anything stupid towards us, and we're any charges on. If you hit us,
This is what you do.
Let's go.
You've already hit me.
I didn't hit you. I asked you out of the car. I told you you're under arrest.
Bro, they got 3 cars out there for her ass.
Even restrained, Malarkey's attitude does not change at all. The cop then smells alcohol on her breath, which may explain some of the bizarre behavior.
That's another charge.
Human being.
I know her ass ain't been drinking. First off, just drinking, period. Second off, drinking on the road. Third off, drinking on the road with her kids in the backseat. Lord have mercy. Fourth off, drinking on the road with your kids in the backseat with a warrant out for your arrest. She don't give a damn. Oh my God.
She doesn't give a single fuck.
She's looking for some to offer because she is at a deficit. Absolutely crazy.
You throw somebody down in front of their children? What the f is wrong?
Oh, now you care about your children. Okay.
You piece of shit. You know what? You are the piece of dirt.
Yes.
I wouldn't on if you were on fire.
I smell a bit of alcohol on your breath.
No, that's my.
That's your.
Okay.
She defies the officer's orders and tries to leave the vehicle, then makes a point to
Girl,
single
if
out
you
the
don't
cop who
get
initiated
back in
the
the
arrest.
Get your f***ing hands off me.
We see situations like this often, where a suspect will target one member of law enforcement and use them as a scapegoat. This is typically followed by legal threats, so they're likely targeting the officer they feel they could best build the strongest case against. However, this wouldn't work all too well.
Get your f***ing hands off me.
You're gonna bite.
You keep resisting.
Get your
Argue with that.
You know what? I'm gonna charge you with putting your dirty ass hands on me.
Stop moving, let him take off your watch.
Malarkey then goes on to make violent threats to the officers. Pay attention to how quickly she tries to change the conversation after her most extreme threat.
Not the profile of this woman, but is it just me? And I'm okay if it is. Is it just me? Or does she not look like the type of person who would give you this kind of trouble? Is it just me?
No, she definitely looks that way. She looks like she'd be like a good like soccer mom, but alas.
Indeed. I can tell that her children are the 10th percentile in every goddamn thing they try. That I know for a fact. But
Absolutely.
she seems to have some trouble with the law. But she running the fuck out that PTA. That's all I can say for her.
You know do you know what he's done? If you trust,
I hear you, pimp.
Stop kicking us.
I'm gonna kick you right in the
That's mean. Don't do that.
If you had a choice, would you rather pay $12 for this cheese grater on Amazon or pay less than $2 on Alibaba for the...
That's theft. They gotta be doing something illegal with that one.
You are dead.
Yep.
What's that?
That's also an ad for drop shipping.
No, what'd you say before that?
Oh, dead ass.
You said I am dead? What do you mean by that?
You are
Elaborate on it if you mean it.
you're getting sued.
She continues making the cops' lives difficult by pretending to have trouble getting out of the
we lost
car.
Liz.
Though it's clear from her movements that she's
Probably temporary. She doesn't spend a lot of time in this dimension. She changes a lot.
not actually trying. She blames the tape on her ankles and says it's the cop's fault she tried to kick him.
Put your feet. No. Put your feet down there.
It hurts too much. You could just take it off.
Ooh, they got her at the station?
No, you're gonna kick it. No, what am I? I'm a fucking 100 pounds. You think I'm gonna take a 200-pound dude?
Well, you've already kicked it.
It ain't about how you can take, girl. It's about who you gonna try to hurt.
Why? Because that guy right there.
The one you're trying to fight? Okay, Sean, let's go.
Why? Could you ask yourself a question?
What do you mean by that?
She was charged with aggravated assault of an officer and aggravated DUI. This was her third DUI with a child passenger.
Bro, what?
Soon after this arrest, she was also charged with endangering the life or health of a child and violation of a bail bond and received a misdemeanor charge for resisting or obstructing an officer. The suspect in our next case was not so lucky.
That's cool and all. How do you make it to 3 DUIs? Like, regardless of third DUI with the minor, that's abysmal. That's abhorrent. How do you make it to 3 DUIs?
I don't know.
How do we allow people to make it to 2 within the span of 20 years? Like, I'm all about, forgiveness, second chances, everything. I feel like after a certain period of time, you've been without your privileges for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You get a DUI, you haven't been driving for a few years. I'm perfectly willing to let somebody try it again. See if they can get back to it, of course, especially if it's the first one. But you've had multiple DUIs. Even if it's as few as 2. You're on your second DUI, and somebody anywhere has allowed you to drive again? Do you know how many people die in car crashes? And how many of those drivers and victims are sober? And you're telling me you're going to allow this white woman to get behind the driver's seat again on her third DUI? I do not understand how she was allowed to make it that far.
Bro, I have no clue. She's something else. She must have like a damn good attorney or some shit.
I mean, the way she was talking about, I called my attorney. He said he going to get me off of this. I mean, she has no lack of resources. I feel like that's clear. But my God, if I could be in the room where these conversations are taking place to see how the hell this woman got her license back. Crazy. And she just hit somebody. But Corey, you were right. She hit somebody minutes before this video was taken.
Yep.
God damn.
Dude, she's something else.
Fucking villain is what she is. All right, next one.
This suspect's public outburst takes place on a plane ready for takeoff.
Oh, she on the no-fly list. She gone.
Prior to the footage, she's been asked to leave multiple times due to her refusal to wear a mask during the pandemic.
Hello.
Oh, I have no sympathy for her. None at all. None for this person.
No, me neither.
We're gonna take you off the aircraft.
Yep, you're gonna have to get off the aircraft,
Yeah,
okay?
and you're out there,
Yep.
and I compliment you in that way.
She's
I like how they tried to blur her face out, and then she just moves over to the side, exposed as fuck.
represented the aircraft. They don't want you flying on their plane today, okay? So you're gonna have to get off the
They
aircraft.
made us wait and wait and wait.
Yeah, that's the way it is. But right now, I'm gonna
And
need you.
that's fine, and I will respect that.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to grab your bag and just
And I
step
did
off
not
the
do
aircraft.
anything, actually.
We'll talk about it outside.
Disruptive, besides speak my mind.
Okay.
I know it. I live in America, and that's what fucking America's about.
Calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab your
No,
bag.
you know that.
When she's asked,
oh, she's having a moment. Okay, so I was just on Twitch moments before streaming. I say moments, but it was hours. Anyway, so I was on Twitch for an undisclosed period of time before stream, right? And I just, I was just watching some of my favorite creators and whatnot. And I was watching, God, what's her name? Caitlyn Bennett, right? I was watching an interview with Caitlyn Bennett, notorious pants shitter and all around ghoul of the internet, right? And she was harassing this one woman, trying to have a, pro-life, whatever conversation with somebody. Not even going to bring up the conversation, right? But essentially, they have this conversation. It's pretty decent until, of course, Caitlyn Bennett tries to turn it to something disgusting, like, oh, you must hate babies, you want to kill, whatever. I'm not going to rehash that. They get to that point, the woman storms off, and she goes off or whatever. And then Caitlyn Bennett goes and talks to this other group of people, and she's like, well, you see, this is what happens, people can't handle, having a different opinion or whatever. She'll go run to the police for this, that, and the third reason or something just because they can't have a different opinion. And it's like, it takes an impressive, a genuinely impressive amount of mental gymnastics to do that, to have, like, for that to be your behavior, to do that literal level of stupidity, insanity, dumbassery, and some kind of way find a way to turn it into, this is because I had a different opinion. This is because I was speaking my mind. No, it's because you're an asshole. It's because you're breaking the law. It's because you're breaking the rules. It's because you're being a social terrorist. It's because you're harassing people trying to have a good time at a Pride event. It's like there are so many other things you're doing. How hilarious it is that you are making the only thing you're doing is having a different opinion. It really almost doesn't even matter what you said. It's just the fact that the way you said it included a slur, and we're not going to allow you to say slur. Like, it's so, Cora, I feel like you get exactly what I'm saying here.
Yeah. I don't know. People are just stupid.
I envy how quickly and concisely you are able to say what took me a day and a half to articulate.
See, I live by everybody is an idiot until proven otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just kind of come to expect stupidity from people, which is kind of sad, but that's just how the world is at this point.
Indeed.
So when I see this, it's just like, yes, this is why I think the way I do.
Yeah, good point. Panther, you say you've been shut down saying you have freedom of speech. I would like to know what exactly you mean by that. Oh, shit. Somebody just put a epic Cerberus war beast on the battlefield. That's exciting. I'd like to know what you mean by that specifically. But also, yeah, freedom of speech is not absolute. Freedom of speech does not mean you have the right to say whatever you want without any legal repercussion. But also, it's freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences. You can get on a private plane and say, I think this, I think that, these are my feelings, these are my opinions. They don't have to serve you. No part of you being an American citizen guarantees you a flight on Delta. No part of that guarantees you a flight on Delta. Delta can say, for this reason and that reason, we're not going to allow you to fly on our property. The First Amendment protects you from actions by the government. It says the government can't come after you legally for any number of different things you can say. You can have your opinions, you can criticize your government, you can say what you want, and the government can't prosecute you for it. Explain to me, where in that conversation does Delta Airlines come into the equation? Where does...
It does not.
Thank you. Where does Twitter.com come into that equation for all the people sucking Elon Musk dick? Like, I don't understand how... And this is one of the most prevalent, most easily misunderstood misconceptions. Freedom of speech does not mean you can say whatever you want and no one can do anything about it. As a matter of fact, it says the opposite. It says you have the right to have your opinion and everybody in the room has a right to respond as they see fit. That is, I mean, it says that more than anything. Well, in school and at home, I speak my opinion and what I think should and should not be done and how I feel about people, and I have things backing up what I say. Yeah, but like where do you mean when you say you've been shut down? Like, where have you been shut down exactly? What do you mean by the shut down part? I certainly understand what you mean when you say you have freedom of speech, by all means. I want to know, where have you been shut down by expressing your opinion? And I'm allow you to respond, certainly, but just to, take it piece by piece, the part about, in school and at home, those are one of the most popular places where freedom of speech is curtailed. You can't run into school and scream fire if there's no fire. That's illegal. You also don't own your home. I imagine your parents own it, assuming they own it, if they have the privilege of owning a home. Jesus Christ, that's becoming so uncommon these days, right? But it's not your home. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a place that is owned by someone else, they have a right to remove you from that place if you do something they don't like, because it's their property, not yours. You know what I'm saying? Somebody comes into my house speaking all kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting Cora or whatnot. I have every right to kick them off my property because it's mine. The First Amendment does not protect whatever they say to me when they come into my property. Absolutely, it does not. The Constitution protects my right to do what I want to them on my property. That is what the Constitution's for.
To grab her bag
in part
and leave. She says something truly weird. The suspect has a lot of strange mannerisms and seems to have very severe mood swings. Pay attention to how her expression suddenly changes and how she seems to rapidly experience a wide range of emotions throughout the encounter.
No one's gonna put their hands on you.
All right, you
Grab
won't.
your bag and
Yeah,
step up
you
here.
won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No. You
Okay?
need me to get up? You may need me to get up, but you know what I feel my need to do as a person? Just like Jesus motherfucking Christ.
You need to calm down.
No, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna say what I need to do, and if you're gonna do it.
Bro, you see the cops walking up in the background? I mean, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying this person's wrong or right or anything. I literally have no context or details. I'm just saying, universally speaking, if you trying to plead your case to an officer and more officers on the way, you're fucked. That's it.
Yep.
Even for white women. Trust me, if it negatively affects white women, we're all fucked. All right? If she can't even get out of the situation, you ain't got no goddamn chance. You don't. She looked like she finna get roughed up, and that is unfortunate. I hope she didn't kill nobody, but it's entirely possible that she did. We finna find out right now.
Whatever you feel you need to do to me, right? So I'm gonna say what I am meant to say.
Oh, no.
No, to everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Say hello to Hestia.
What a well-timed.
Again. Smartphone-based telescope
Let's
for
go.
day and night observation. In light of the
All right, so Panther, they tell me I'm not allowed to speak what I say. They tell me I'm just a kid, and I hate that I have opinions to speak. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I get what you're saying, is that like sometimes you try to speak up and have opinions, and other people say now is not the time or place or whatever. I imagine that's what a teacher would say, and I imagine that a parent would say something. Parents can be just extremely dismissive to their children because they think like, because you're their offspring, you're not a completely independent person of your own volition. I get what you're saying. I just want you to understand that, like, people telling you to be quiet at school because it's the rule to be quiet at school, and your parents shutting you down when you share your opinion, none of those are infractions of the First Amendment. That's not really what the First Amendment is saying. The First Amendment says the government can't act a certain type of way in response to you sharing your own freedom of speech. The government cannot punish you for speaking, with a big asterisk on top of that. That's what the First Amendment's about. Your teacher is saying it's time to be quiet so that we can study the lesson does not infringement on your First Amendment right. Your parents telling you that you're wrong, even if you're not, for you sharing what you say, not at all. Has nothing to do with the First Amendment right. Those are just different things. But if they're saying that you're wrong, like rhetorically, philosophically, that's a different issue. It's just not this one particular legal constitutional issue.
Stand up, man.
Yeah, everybody is
You're
doing
gonna
this.
get arrested if you do not stop.
I'm already gonna get arrested.
The police warn the suspects that if she doesn't cooperate, they'll have to put their hands on her. Her response is dramatic. She also latches onto a supposed promise one of the officers made, that she wouldn't be arrested if she gets off the plane.
Here's what's happening. They're gonna deplane the aircraft. I'm gonna take you off the
That
plane.
was already happening. Don't.
And you're going to jail.
It won't happen if you get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to,
Yep. That's how it's gonna work.
Do you see how that's a threatening system?
That's the way it is, man.
Not cool.
Are you
I
gonna-
want to trust you. You want to trust me? That's not healing. We're not healing.
The suspect is
Girl,
locked
we
in the
not
plane
healing.
and placed
All
under
right.
arrest. Her reaction is childlike. She cries in an unconvincing way and seems to feel that the experience has violated her
Pop,
human
this is
rights.
all because
Listen
you
to her
don't
describe
want to
her
fucking
actions.
wear a mask
The way
on a
she
plane.
I gotta say, Cora, I have seen a lot of people so easily avoid arrest. This is one of the easiest cases I've ever seen. Like, this was so avoidable.
Mm-hmm.
Nonsense.
He seems to think she acted is far from the truth, but it's hard to say whether she's deliberately lying or there's something more to it.
Okay. Come with me. Come with me.
I'm sorry, this is not a fair criticism and it has nothing to do with her behavior. But the way she says that, I'm sorry. I don't have anything respectful to say. I'm just gonna play it over again and you have your own opinion.
There's
That's all I can
something
say.
more to it.
Okay. Come with me. Come with me.
She sounds like a creaky door hinge.
Dead ass. That is literally what she sounds like.
She sounds like a creaky door hinge.
Why are you doing that? Like, squeaky ass
She's
screen door in
okay.
the wind.
Dude, she sounds like my fucking bathroom door. It's fucking hysterical.
Okay, I'm sorry. One more, y'all.
Come with me.
Dog. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me do this because I've been looking. Cora, I have to admit, I have been looking for some new inspiration for some new video alerts. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one.
Come with me.
Dr. Insanity has some really cool stuff.
Oh, that's good. Say that again.
Dr. Insanity has some really cool stuff. And if you want more like crime related stuff, I'm sure I can find you plenty.
Please do. As a matter of fact, this is a great opportunity for me to announce we have a new channel in the server. Everyone, I'm gonna drop the link to the server right miggity diggity now. Copy and pasty dasty. Yeah, go ahead, hop in the Discord and everything. We have a new channel called Watch List. Very important. Wait, why do I have so many? I have like watch list and I have like 2 different watch party. I gotta take care of that. Anyway, the fact of the matter is we got a bunch of shit. We got some shit going on. If you have any recommendations, put some links in the watch list. We'll react to it live on stream. Also, bonus points if you include a timestamp. Because maybe your favorite video ends up as a video alert. You know what I'm saying? Maybe for 100 channel points, you get to listen to this all day long. Yeah, that's art. I didn't make it, but that's just the way art works. I'm sorry. That's the nature of the human experience. Moving on.
The suspect
right there,
continuously
man.
switches between claims of being victimized and anger towards the cops. She seems to feel that she's been personally wronged and that one of the cops lied to her to get her to comply. She accuses this cop of not wearing a mask himself.
How is anyone gonna stop anything when you lie to them?
You have your chance, ma'am.
I had my chance. You didn't even give me a chance. I looked at you in your eyes, and I knew you were lying to me. I saw you outside before I even came in with your mask off.
Once again, we see a case where the person being arrested decides to single out a particular officer to blame for everything. The suspect refuses to cooperate with a particular cop, but says they're willing to comply with other members of law enforcement.
All right. Ready to step out? Are you going to comply with everybody?
With you two, yes. Not with you, because you're a liar.
Okay.
Towards the end of the arrest, she repeatedly says things that seem to come out of nowhere, including the suggestion that a nurse there to check on her is attracted to the officer she has an issue with.
Interesting.
Oh, you think he's cute? Oh, yeah, I thought he was cute, too. I looked in his
Don't make shit awkward now. I'm just at work.
eyeballs, and then he abused that.
Her unpredictable mood and irrational reactions continue right up until the video ends, with her saying that the fact that she can't relax is the fault of law enforcement. Seems likely that there are some psychiatric issues at play here, though. Without a professional opinion, it's hard to say for sure.
She didn't die?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy.
I'm sorry. This is not.
No, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, number one. Also, very inappropriate comment I was going to make. That girl with the prosthetic arm, I'm sorry. That arm looks really cool. And I feel like that's not appropriate to say. Or maybe it is. Actually, I don't know. Is it like.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. I feel like I have the wrong understanding of like what is socially appropriate, because like I feel like it's something that you wouldn't want to draw attention to, but the more I think about it, it's like it's not something to be ashamed of or hide away from. But is it appropriate for me to say, yo, your arm looks fucking sick? Maybe it is. I don't know.
I don't think it would be. It would be like, I don't know. What's a good example of this? It's like wearing like shoes. I feel like it's an accessory that they have in order to function.
Yeah.
So
or
it's like
glasses.
Or it's like complimenting someone's wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like someone spent a lot of money on that. Someone spent like a lot of time saving up for that. I feel like it's a matter of like, oh hey, now they can be like, yeah, someone said it was cool.
That's true. That's a good point. It's also like, what's up, Ollie? It's also like glasses. Like, yeah, they don't have perfect vision.
Hi, Ollie.
Like their lack of perfect vision doesn't make it offensive for me to compliment on how cool their glasses are.
Yeah. Like you tell me my glasses are cool, I would actually wear them more often.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, Corey, you sent us something from Dr. Insanity. Let me go look at this again. Let me see what's going on here. Is that a body? Oh no. Oh, a cop realizes there's a body in the trunk?
It is true crime.
Want to see
more. There are some triggering aspects.
A cop realizes that the suspect is dead? Holy shit. All right, yeah, you're right. There's some fun stuff going on here. Is that a head? What? Bro.
It's definitely something you're going to have to sift through.
Cora, please.
But there are some good videos with like really like interesting interrogation footage.
When suspects try to seduce cops. Yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting. Okay, well, before we get to that, let's go ahead and do this little battle here. We got us an epic unit. Their name isn't showing up. What the fuck is that? Oh, shit. I muted the... What is that? Is that a epic, terrifying war beast? My goodness. Bro, we ate that shit easy. Extra easy, no peasy, only greasy. Nice. All right. Next battle. StreamWriters.com. We have time for one more battle this evening. I have to get off at 7, as always, to call my mom. All right. Back to this. I think I want to watch this BLT video, Cora. How do you feel about that?
A BLT video? Absolutely.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right.
Hi, I'm Desi, and I'm a level 1 chef.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo, and I'm a level 2 chef.
Hi, I'm Lish, and I've been a professional chef for 26 years.
Aside from breathing, I haven't done a single goddamn thing for 26 years. So I can only imagine how 26 years of culinary experiences is going to play into you making a BLT. Let's find out.
Today I'm making a classic BLT.
I haven't even been alive that long.
Damn, you right. Happy birthday to Corey, y'all.
I'm making a BLT with candied chipotle bacon and avocado.
Only a few more years, but I won't say how many.
A BLT with braised slab bacon.
A few more years until they. Never mind.
Fried green tomatoes, homemade aioli.
Until I'm that many more years older.
Yes, there you go. Okay, yeah. I realized it was sounding either like I was going to reveal your age or that you were going to be dying soon, and I don't want to do either of those. So thank you.
No, you should say it next time, and then it's for everyone else to figure out.
Let's Christmas bacon.
Good point.
Bacon can be served at breakfast, lunch, dinner, after hours, hungover, hangover, and hanging out.
The star of the show.
I like that.
The bacon. I'm just gonna lay this all.
I like my
on
bacon
sheet,
thick,
right?
brown
If
sugar,
bacon
black
is gonna
pepper.
be the star, let's make bacon the star. So why not braise bacon? Because
Not
it
enough
makes
maple
it
syrup
sexy
on it.
and delicious.
Cora, I have an unfair question. Do you like bacon?
I do.
And your comment about maple syrup is extremely poignant.
I am
I
starting with
enjoy maple glazed bacon personally.
Sounds so fucking amazing. Oh my god. Do y'all have an Arby's up? Y'all got Arby's up there, right?
Not anywhere near me, but I know we have like one.
Okay, well, first off, I have to apologize to the human race. I am the person keeping Arby's open. I'm very sorry. The plight on human. I know y'all are suffering. It's all my fault. I'll go ahead and admit to that. However, they had this thing running way back in the early to mid 2010s or something, right? They had the BLT or they had the bacon or something, and it was like brown sugar bacon, bro. My sister made some brown sugar bacon years before that, right? Brown sugar, cracked black pepper, fresh cracked black pepper. So you got some crumbles, big coarse crumbles of like peppercorn and that sweet brown sugar. Bake that in the oven. Listen, when Arby's came out with that, I thought we had made it. I truly thought we had made it. I thought we are a proper people now. All right. So seeing what these people, I think that's brown sugar, and I think I seen on 2 different pieces of bacon. I'm just saying the shit excites me, but Cora got a point. I need more maple syrup.
with a whole slab
I'm also
of bacon.
painfully Canadian.
That's true.
Cut it in half.
That's fair.
Cut a diamond pattern in the top. All of the goodness from this fat on top is going to go into the braise. I'm
Hell
going to
yeah.
place this fat side down because I
know
want
that's
a
right.
little bit of the fat to render out.
Put this baby in. Cook for about 10 minutes. Take a little nap. Go online, play a little GTA. You done? Come back. Check on your bacon.
I'm not even gonna unpack what he just said.
Same.
Bro said you got 10 minutes. Go take a nap. Go play some Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? Check on your wife and kids. Maybe write a novel or 2. And in about 10 minutes, your shit gonna be done. That's funny as hell.
I'm gonna burn it. So I'm gonna throw it in the oven at 400.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, look at that pork belly.
All of the flavor from that fat
damn.
is now in the pan.
This is what I need to candy my bacon. How easy is this? Brown sugar,
yes.
chipotle. I do not measure it.
That looks so
Lorenzo's
fucking
trying
good.
to make bacon for Halloween.
I'm just gonna cook my vegetables
making me
right in
fucking
that fat
hungry.
to develop the flavor.
That's
Fennel
my
is gonna
job.
add that licorice, a little sweetness, a little something
How
that makes you go,
dare you.
ooh, what's that? A little
I'm
bit of
evil, that's
onion, carrot, smashed garlic, a little salt, some coriander that I toasted and crushed.
She gonna put some goddamn liquid in that bit, then gonna stew that motherfucker, know what I'm saying? Gonna braise that boy. I see what's going on here.
Of lemon zest. And one last touch, black pepper. This is just gonna play off of bacon itself. All of these flavors
Facts.
are just gonna come together, get to know one another. A little white wine goes a long way.
Facts.
Some for the pot, some for the chef. So I'm gonna nestle in my pork.
She ain't did shit I don't support.
Gonna cover these bad boys.
What I tell
Fry them
y'all?
at 325
Okay.
degrees oven, low and slow for about an hour. Then we'll check on them and address them later.
Bacon that's been cooking for 30 minutes. Yum, yum, yum. Now, I'm simply just going to coat my bacon, and it'll absorb into that beautiful bacon as it gets crispy.
Yes.
Oh my
I am
good
ready
God.
for my pork facial.
Pork facial? Interesting.
This is gonna go back in for another hour, and I'm telling you, this is gonna be one sexy dish. After another.
Cora, I don't like soup. Which notoriously
not?
is a lie. Because I eat a ton of noodle soup, obviously. So I don't know. I say I don't like soup, and yet you can find me eating a number of soups, and I would drink that through a straw, so I guess that makes me a liar.
At least you're not under oath.
Good point.
Another hour in our 24-hour bacon process.
No perjury, all 23.
It looks gorgeous. I want to press this overnight for 24 hours because a braise is always better the next day.
Man, that's braise, what I'm trying to tell you.
It smells fantastic. Oh, it's dripping with juices.
I have my pork belly here that has been pressed overnight. It is just
look at that
sitting
nice
in all
solid
that juicy,
fat.
fatty goodness. Cut it across the grain so that it looks like the bacon that it is. That's a delicious big bacon slice. I'm just gonna brown it a little bit.
Sis, that is not bacon.
Everybody
anymore.
kind of
Like, that's not a
anticipates
bacon
little bit of
strip. That's
crunch,
a fucking.
right? I just want to add a little bit.
That's a pig puck. That's what I call that. A pig puck.
Of sweetness to this, so I'm gonna just glaze it with a whisper of maple syrup.
Ooh, shit.
She gets it.
Sizzle.
Like.
Nice and brown.
That's
Bobby
my
brown,
shit right there.
Cool down for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Feel like, now I know it's not fair. She been cooking for 26 years versus a home chef or whatever, but I don't know, man. I think she doing something I like. You know what I'm saying?
We might have to steal this recipe or something.
Shit, might be goddamn already stole.
So these three are ready for the sandwich.
I love tomatoes.
Shit.
This is a
beefsteak tomato.
I'm
actually
so
gonna
excited to meet
saute
you one
this
day. You are
tomato.
going to change my mind on food, and it's going to be a glorious day.
I cannot wait. Oh my goodness, Cora, listen to me. If I could bring my kitchen up to Canada, I just want you to know I would do my best to change the way you see your life.
See, no, but I know you would. And that's why I'm excited. I know you one day will. Because I eat to live. Okay, Astral? That is how I am. I eat to live. And I know for a fact that you would change my mind on that.
I so desperately want to be the reason that you decide, you know what? It's okay to eat for joy. It's okay to eat for fun. It's okay to eat because it's something that I'm passionate about as a consumer, not merely as an organism striving desperately to make it another 24 hours. Speaking of which, I am trying to see if I can upload this video into the food channel. And there it goes. Everybody check in the Discord, check the food channel. I put a video of me,
My God,
some chicken I made last night.
I remember seeing that on your Snapchat.
Some light work, you know what I'm saying? Just some, ain't nothing crazy going on, you know what I'm saying? Just some.
You're gonna, Astral, I swear to God, you're gonna start healing some fucking generational trauma with your food one day.
I can only, the way I yearn for that, the way I yearn for it, the way children yearn for the mines. Listen to me. This sweet, smiky, spicy, wow, I fucked up every adjective. This sweet, spicy, smoky fried chicken I made last night. I just want y'all to know it changed my life. I can't wait to Cora try it. That's all I gotta say. I gotta see what the fuck they about to do with these beefsteak tomatoes, but I just gotta say, I love me a beefsteak. It's real good for slicing, and it is perfect for sandwiches.
I'm gonna use a green tomato, and I am going to fry them.
Fried green tomatoes, Southern classic. She is speaking directly to me and Cora individually.
And for two very different reasons.
It's crazy.
So I'm cutting it a little bit thick.
No
Isn't
way
it
she
both
finna make a
today,
fried
right?
green
Company
tomato looking at me dead in my soul like I'm not in Georgia. And then gonna throw some maple syrup on that thick cut ass bacon like Cora not dialing in from the Great White North. I mean, this is targeted content.
Look, man, if you slap fucking maple syrup on anything, I'll be at your door. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll know.
Add maple syrup, Cora will be there. You deep fry it. I was already
But
in
the minute you pull out the Aunt Jemima's,
Yeah, I was already there.
Look
Got
now.
that.
Salt, pepper.
And now
Look
I'm
now,
gonna
I'm not
take
gonna start
some
making any
buttermilk,
threats, but
and
if
then
you
an
wanna
egg.
know.
Whisk that up.
I want you to cook something, and I don't even care what it is, and I will eat it, and I'll tell you how much I love you because of it.
really quick.
As long as you got the vegetables in there, this is considered healthy.
Oh, now we dredge. I find that rice flour yields a much lighter crust.
Need more bacon
I
in
have
my
some
life.
cornmeal. I season both with a little bit of salt. To the hot oil with this guy. Woo!
See, that's how I know she real. Because she frying with cornmeal, not just flour.
My tomatoes into my pan.
Ooh,
I'm
but I
just
love
going to
sauteed
saute
tomato,
this
though.
for a couple minutes on each side.
Sauteed tomatoes on a
Really?
BLT would be interesting.
I get it, so it's not going to be so mushy. This is good enough. There's no char
I
here.
respect
That's
that
yummy.
people
That's
don't like
tasty.
tomatoes. I just cannot relate to their
Yeah,
experience.
you see that? Nice and crunchy.
See,
Give her a flip.
Now I feel like you're probably gonna get my ass for this.
Oh no.
I'm not a fan of cooked tomatoes.
Do you like them raw?
I will eat them like apples raw. Raw tomatoes, I fuck with them. They're really good. It was like my favorite thing to eat when I was little. I didn't get apple slices, I got tomato slices.
You do not offend me.
But also, I am not a fan of like baked fruits either. I don't like there's a certain tartness to it that I am not a fan of.
Yeah, I do get that. There might be like an aftertaste or something. Sometimes like sometimes with apples or peaches, you know what I'm saying? Just on the edge. It's subtle, but some people can taste it more than others.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of that. So unfortunately you will not be getting any blueberry muffins from me.
That is heartbreaking. That being said, though, I do appreciate your opinion on tomatoes. I'm glad that you like them. And I'm glad you like them raw. Most people don't like tomatoes, and they especially hate them raw, and that just offends me because, like, I don't remember the last time I ate a sandwich without a tomato in it. So, Cora, you're still cool with me.
All right, cool. Because I wouldn't have anyone else to talk space with. So.
Well, then you get a pass always.
At the end. Fried green tomatoes.
Let's go.
Check.
I like the crunch that regular
You anything,
iceberg
Panther? I
lettuce
feel
might
that.
have, or a romaine lettuce.
I like a
I'm not
romaine.
gonna do nothing fancy with my lettuce neither. Take a few pieces off, go thick, go skinny.
But I'm trying to tell you.
But 1-2 pieces of these, you're good to go.
But guess
That's
what?
facts.
I also like the spiciness and pepperiness of an arugula.
Nah, cause it's just BLT. It's not BT arugula.
BT arugula?
No, it's lettuce. No.
Arugula has this very peppery taste.
I fuck with
to it.
arugula.
This doesn't quite look like
But
lettuce,
it's
'cause
like-
it's not. It's basil. Who doesn't
Yeah,
like
arugula
basil?
does have a strong,
For me, there's
a
nothing better than
non-subtle
Lone
flavor.
Gem, because it really holds its crunch.
I caught
Astral,
my
I
basil
have a very
in
important
small
question.
I love questions, especially important ones.
What is, and it's about your opinion too.
Oh no.
Just to add icing to the cake. What's your opinion on cilantro?
Bro, that's crazy. Okay, listen. I personally love cilantro. And and listen, now here's the thing. I am not a good person all the time. I have some very, let's just say, when it comes to people's takes on foods, I would argue that my perspective on people's opinions on foods is where I am at my most ableist, if I'm being honest, because I had to become an adult and learn that there are people who don't like cilantro, not because it, doesn't mesh well with their taste or whatever, that, not a personal preference, but because like they're genetically predisposed to it tasting like soap to them. Like they literally can't help it. Right. And
specifically, very specifically, ivory soap.
That's crazy. That's fucking, listen. And for that reason,
I am one of those people.
Like, and I am extremely, like, I'm very empathetic of that because that is not their control. It's not their chosen lifestyle. It's just how they are. So it's not only is it not ethical or moral to judge them for it, there's nothing to gain. I can't convince their body to do something different. You know what I'm saying? So for that one particular issue, I do tend to just, I just have to let it be as it is. But I love cilantro, and I like when other people like it as well, but I understand when they don't.
I feel very relieved. Thank you.
Absolutely. I will not judge you for that one.
Thank God.
and then I just add it in. All those flavors are gonna play together, and it's gonna be yummy.
All right, we got our store-bought bread, got our toaster. Let's finish this thing out. Toasted bread is a go-to, it's a must. If it's too dark, then it's too hard. It's gonna be crunchier than the bacon.
Pullman loaf is great for a BLT because it has a nice neutral flavor, so that you're not competing with the beauty of the B, the L, or the T. We're gonna start with
Interesting.
a little bit of water and sprinkle in our yeast, and to that we're gonna add some honey. And then set that aside.
I as well.
You're gonna have some good bread with
my
that.
bread here.
It's like a
I already
sourdough or
cut it,
something.
I just didn't
You're
want to
gonna
show it on
get the
camera.
flavors of both the honey and the maple syrup in there, and that's gonna be
We have some
heavenly.
bread flour, all-purpose
she's gonna
flour,
change her own life
dried
now.
milk. It's pure protein, which will help the bread rise. We have some kosher salt, and then we have some unsalted butter because the
This
fat
looks
is
like
flavor.
either not shortbread. It kind of looks like a
Yeasty
sourdough
water. So this is gonna come together
type bread, maybe,
into
or maybe a
very
ciabatta.
rough dough. It's almost like a
All right, those
batter.
are my three guesses: shortbread,
working with some
sourdough,
And
or
I'm just gonna put it in a
ciabatta.
bowl with some olive oil, rub it around.
I'm slotting
I'm gonna
towards
let this
ciabatta,
cook
but
for
I
an
don't know.
hour.
I like Italian loaf. My brothers and sisters hate me because I go right for the middle. Because it's the largest slice in the bunch. That's why I do that.
An hour later,
Fair reason.
knock it down a little bit. I let it rise,
gotta
and then I'm
deflate
pushing
it.
it down to get rid of the lard
Get it
air
nice and
bubbles.
taut.
I'm gonna put it back in.
Roll that bug in
flip
in
her
that
over,
oil.
And another hour. Third time's a charm.
And this man is saying that
I
he
need a
needs more
pan,
bakers
too.
in his life. All
I'm
right.
just greasing it up
Fucking
a
hate
little bit.
baking.
Pullman loaf.
Why?
Has a nice
Cooking
fine
is an
cake
art,
from
but
it.
baking
Gets
is a
that from actually
science.
swirling
And
it
while
on
I do
itself
like to think I'm good
folding
at
it in.
science,
And
being
voila.
that precise in the kitchen,
into my
in
pan.
some way,
So
just
a
makes
loose
it less
cover.
fun.
I'm gonna let it rise for another hour, and it'll be ready for baking.
No, there's, okay.
I'm gonna give you a cookie recipe. You're gonna fucking love
I
it.
wonder if my bread is proof
God, I
yet.
hope so.
Oh look.
Oh, also,
It is.
I'm fine with going to Stop and Shop. The corner store,
actually, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this off screen.
What I'm gonna do is just
I
slide
don't know.
it into a 500-degree oven.
Remind me
After I
to
put it in,
talk
we're
to
gonna
you
turn it
about a
immediately down
business
to
idea I
375 for
have
about
later.
30 to 40 minutes.
I sure will.
That's it. Nice and crispy toast. It's ready for some nice little spread to go on it, perhaps.
Bread, voila.
Don't say it like
sounds
that.
hollow.
Oh, it's
And
just a
that
beautiful
means
little white
that
loaf
we're
bread.
there. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna cool it on its side. You don't want to slice it while it's warm.
Absolutely
resist,
not.
Resist,
It'll lose its form.
You cannot have a BLT without mayo. You need mayo. It's like cereal with no milk. Today, I'm gonna go a little fancy. My mayo gonna be 5-star mayo.
That's fucking hilarious.
Squeeze.
I
think that just means what? Dijon mustard? If you're gonna make burger sauce, you might add some relish.
I
Or
will
some
show
mustard.
you my mom's technique. Hiya! I am smashing it now, and I'll scoop it in.
You know what's
Mayo.
interesting?
I am gonna make.
This is gonna sound insane. I have never, anytime I've emptied out an avocado, why have I never smashed it while it's still in its husk?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really eat avocado, so no clue.
Well, you have a good excuse, but the precious seconds of my life that I have wasted, I could have saved minutes of my existence smashing the avocado in its husk instead of removing it from its husk and then smashing it in a bowl. What have I been thinking all of these 26 years?
Well, maybe it's just a different method, and both of them are just as efficient in different hands.
There's a part of me that wants to believe you. But how can I leverage my victim narrative if everything I do is perfectly fine as well? I have to be wrong somewhere. And I'm choosing to be wrong here.
You really don't. You don't.
Court telling me to live differently. I don't wanna.
A smoky aioli to really like amp up the smoky.
Ooh, a smoky
flavor of
aioli
bacon.
sounds
I'm gonna
delicious.
start with classic aioli ingredient, which is garlic.
If you ain't got garlic in your aioli, you ain't got
Garlic's
garlic.
gonna act as our
Honestly, aioli just means fancy
emulsifier.
mayo, so
Just
I
a
guess
little bit of
technically
lemon
you don't
juice.
need garlic.
Got this nice
But it's like
lime.
anytime you whip it,
paprika,
it kind of becomes an
good
aioli.
pinch. And begin with adding the oil, vegetable oil. and
Yes,
olive
drizzle
oil.
that thing, emulsify that motherfucker.
Combining. So my
See, if you don't emulsify it correctly, it's gonna break. Did he just put the nut in there? Has he lost his mind? Anyway.
avocado won't
Maybe.
go brown.
Perfect.
You're almost done with this.
Oh,
one.
that's
Almost ready
interesting.
to
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I did not.
Holy shit. Okay, Lorenzo teaching
Another
me some
sandwich.
stuff.
48 hours later.
Gotta hold it right so you don't, get a good grip. So you can incorporate the swoop.
And
Okay,
I like
garlic
to just
mayo.
Simply spread a
Am I gonna make a sandwich tonight? No, I got that rice
both
cooking.
sides.
I got that chicken I made. I'm good.
Smoky aioli.
Okay, next is my peppery arugula with a little bit of.
But his shit gonna be
Yum,
green as
I love
fuck.
it.
Baby.
I love that for him.
Little gems.
I'm gonna go in food order. So we're gonna start with the bacon. You can fold it again for the extra crunchy.
Desi, you and I
my grandma
share
makes some shit like
something
this.
in common. We fold our bacon.
Bacon, 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 bacon. No folding necessary. Top my bacon with
Oh
just
my
a
God,
little
and the
bit
sauce
of the
dripping.
vegetables from the braising of the bacon, so it has all of that flavor in it.
Now, the
Damn,
lettuce.
why she cutting
Last but not
up?
least, the tomato.
One on here and another right.
I like his. His look kind of jammy. Like I can imagine if you don't like tomatoes, Cora, then like the ones Lorenzo made, the sauteed, those would probably be exactly like your worst nightmare, and I completely see that. But like, imagine if he had our favorite sugar of choice for the evening. If he, a drizzle of maple syrup, not on top after it's cooked, but if he could like saute it hard so they get that nice char, right? Then remove them from the pan. Maybe add a dash of soy sauce, a dash of maple syrup, and just the smallest pat of butter. Remove it from the heat. Now you got a pan sauce, right? And now you want to warm the tomatoes up in that sauce. It soaks in the saltiness, the brininess, the umami flavor of the soy sauce and the sweetness of the maple syrup, and then that rich, smooth velvetness of the butter. My goodness, you have yourself a piece of candied tomato.
See, I would be okay with that. I feel like I'd actually be okay with that. I feel like I would enjoy that, actually.
I fuck with that. Hello, Luna. We watching BLT videos. Go ahead.
I feel like the sweetness of the maple syrup, and then as like,
hey, what? There's your.
Okay, I'll be done in a sec. What was I saying? The sweetness of the maple syrup, and just like the fat of the butter. I feel like it would cancel out the tart taste that I don't like. And so I think I'd actually really enjoy that.
Absolutely. See, the thing is, the reason why you want to add that the maple syrup and the butter, those two together, right? You can add salt. You can get saltiness anywhere, right? The reason why you want to add the soy sauce is because not only do you get that salt, savory, umami flavor, but you also get some liquid, and you'll need some sort of liquid. It's just as a base. But the reason why you want to add the sweet and the butter, you know what I'm saying, the syrup and the butter, tomatoes are super acidic, right? And in order to cut that sharpness down or the dull that sharpness, you really want that butter, and that sweetness just helps with the flavor, because a lot of times you'll get some tomatoes and they'll have this tinny metallic type of taste. That's why certain people, like people that don't like tomatoes, they don't like raw tomatoes for that same flavor. It'll kind of taste like the can it came in until you cook it down and reduce it for a while. So you can like simmer it, stew the tomato for a little while, but not so much that it breaks. That's why you want to remove it, stew the sauce down, reduce the sauce to like a glaze, and then put the tomato back in after it's been seared.
Yep.
All right, let's finish this video.
Fried green.
I am going to leave you
tomatoes,
to the video.
more
My
sauce.
food is actually here, so.
That's so exciting. Well, if we're not
It's
here,
birthday dinner time.
if we're not here by the time you get back, thank you so much. Happy birthday to you. We love you. We appreciate you. You are a gem and a treasure, and this community would not be the same or as fun without you.
Bro's going to make me cry.
Always the point.
Ugh. I'll talk to you later, Astro.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Aioli is delicious.
All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and
was
finish out
dedicated
this
to
little
South and
adventure
Deli.
we
Add a
on.
little Salt Bay. Look at this. A little pepper. Last 2 strips.
A little chipotle, just to add more smokiness.
Boom.
That looks so good.
That is my BLT.
I'd eat it. I mean, it's a fucking BLT. Ain't nothing they about to put up that I'm not finna eat.
This
I'd
is
eat
my
that.
BLT.
Smash.
And sandwich.
God damn. That looks fucking amazing. Oh my God. The baby gems, the thick cut. Oh my God. The pork belly, goddamn. Fried green tomato. Oh, we. Damn.
I mean, I can't wait to slice into this and take one big bite.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good song right here.
Look at that crunch, baby.
Oh my God. The combination is lovely.
Everything is perfect. Brown. If you're on a fake diet, you can't even taste the vegetables. Tomatoes good.
If you're on a fake diet, all right, come on
The
now.
pork is so melty and smoky and delicious. Brightness from that tomato and crunch. A little spice from the hot sauce, and of course the smoky richness of that aioli.
It is delicious.
BLT. Mic drop.
That shit do look good.
Bacon lettuce
Oh, what's up,
and
Ollie?
tomato is a classic sandwich for a reason. It's salty, crunchy, fresh, and tasty.
Ollie, tell me how you like your
See how
BLTs,
each of
my
our
boy.
3 chefs made theirs.
I want to know how you like your sandwiches,
Des
cuz.
used smoked bacon. It's salt cured, so it's either dry salted or brined for several days to weeks. This lowers available water for metabolism of microorganisms that may spoil meat. When salt is heavily concentrated outside of the bacterial cells, the water inside is drawn to the salty outside, effectively bursting
That's
and
crazy.
killing the cells. The flavor is complex, unique, and delicious. Lorenzo used smoked.
All right, they going through the science. All right, y'all. I think that's enough for me today. Y'all already know what the fuck going on. We hopping on Rhizome at this exact moment.
169. We have 6% left to go. Oh,
You're on a raid train. Let's go.
We have no percent left to go. Jezebel with the fucking 5 gifted subs. Hey, yo, Danny Blue Jeans gifting the sub back to the community. Let's go, man. Hell yeah, dude. Chat.